Okay. So am I audible and visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you. I was not audible on my own itself. So, okay, any doubt till now? I think I am seeing only one, two, two of them, Nirmala Beniwala and Anushri Sharma. You both are new for this first class of inner
Yes,
child
ma'am.
healing.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
This is my first class.
Okay, so did you all get a chance to go through the recordings?
Not yet, ma'am. I had my college exams.
Okay, 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 okay. Yes, Nirmala, you wanted to say something?
Yes, ma'am. I haven't seen the videos yet, but by tomorrow I will watch them all.
Okay, 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 okay. So then I feel okay. I am not going to use any sort of terminologies. So let me tell you what we all did. Anyone wants to recapitulate what we did in the both the classes? Bhumi, you were there. Rashi were there. Anyone?
Sorry, ma'am. Can you please repeat?
Just give a summary to Nirmala and Anushri that what all we did in the last two classes.
Uh, yeah. I
Okay,
need to see the topics. Yeah.
no worries. Okay. So basically, okay, firstly introduce yourself, Nirmala and Anushri. You all can introduce yourself, then I'm going to start.
Ma'am, I'm pursuing my master's from IGNU,
Hmm.
and I
Oh,
have done my graduation from DU in psychology only.
hmm.
And this is like fifth internship or course that I'm doing online and offline both.
Okay, 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 okay. Okay, and Anushri?
I'm Anushri and I'm currently in first year BSc Clinical Psychology. And
Hmm.
like I'm first time attending, so
Okay, okay, okay. So basically, we did what exactly is inner child? Every individual do have their inner child, everyone. So what exactly is inner child or what exactly is inner child therapy? We talked about the different traumas a child undergoes, starting from the age of 2 years or even in the womb also. I gave all the examples. I discussed about real life cases. Then I was talking about the dysfunctional sort of families. What are the sort of dysfunctional families? Yes, Rashi, bolo.
मैम मैं यहाँ से एक्सप्लेन कर दूंगी, आप बस ना स्लाइड चेंज कर देना.
Acha. Okay. So we talked about all the four types of dysfunctional families. We talked about addictions. These are all the sort of dysfunctional family a child is coming from. Then we talked about the types of child coming from all these sort of dysfunctional families. And yeah, this is what we did in the last two classes. Now I was talking about dysfunctional adult. Now, the types of adulthood disorder and adult encounters. After a child, we are going to talk about adults because this keeps a lot of information that why adult. Definitely in all my batches, I get everyone asks me, Shraddhanjali, why adult? See, if you are not going to understand the types of child, or if you are not understanding, or if you don't have the understanding of the disorder which the adult is going, it's pretty difficult to treat their childhood or treat their inner child. Because if I talk about the attachment style, anyone who is aware of all the attachment style, all the four types of attachment style? Ha, Rashi. You are on mute. Mute, mute.
मैम आई एम सेइंग कि अभी तो मतलब एक ही याद आ रही है, एक तो एंशियस अटैचमेंट,
Hmm.
अवॉइडेंट, डिसऑर्गेनाइज्ड, सिक्योर,
Hmm.
एम्बी एम्बिवेलेंट.
Or, Acha, when was the attachment style given? Like the attachment style in which year it was given?
1960s.
50s.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are mostly four sort of attachment style which John have given, not John Abraham. So the very first style is secure style. I'm not talking about secure because by the name you all can understand that when we are talking about secure, it means that everything is secure. It's not only that in terms of emotional secureness, but also a sort of physical securement. But right now, I'm going to talk about dismissive, avoidant, and preoccupied. Right? I gave the preoccupied wala. Yeah. So, number one is dismissive, avoidant attachment. Any idea what exactly is dismissive, avoidant attachment? Okay. So, in as the name says, hi Tanvi.
Ma'am, actually, I wouldn't be able to join today's session. Like, I just came to say this because of certain reasons. I'll tell you personally, and ये इसकी मैं recording देख के इसका feedback दे दूँगी.
ठीक है कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. You can watch the recording if you feel like, because today I'm going to talk about the types of archetypes of child. So if you feel that you are not understanding, let me know. I am going to help you out.
Sure, ma'am. Sure. Thank you so much,
Okay.
ma'am. Very
No
sorry, ma'am.
thanks.
मेरी वजह से time भी
Not
किसका
an
and
issue.
मैं session नहीं दे पाया.
not
Really
an issue.
sorry.
Not an issue. Not an issue. Thank you so much, Tanvi.
Okay. Good night.
Okay. Good night. So in dismissive avoidant disorder, what exactly is happening? The adult have a fear of intimacy, breakup, less they feel that they are emotionally detached now, but they have a high desirness or high independency level, and also they feel if they are in a relationship, they feel that I am being trapped into a relationship. But but they value themselves a lot, they care for themselves. And also the thing is that they avoid people with whom they are also pretty close, like we feel na, हम लोग बोलते हैं कि I have a best friend or I have a close friend. They don't have this boundary because of certain issues, because they don't develop any sort of emotional closeness with other. They have issue with their own trust issues, and they can't. For example, if I'm not trusting myself, I'll feel nobody is trusting me. Everyone is distrusting me or is betraying me. For this sort of individual, again, when I'm going to talk about the therapies or when I'm going to talk about the activities which you all can give to the into inner child sessions, I'm going to talk. And yes, I don't know how many of you all joined today in this group. In the WhatsApp group, I have given more than 100 plus worksheets while taking up your own session, not in this class, but while taking up your own counseling sessions or your own therapeutic or inner child session, make sure that you have the handiness of all the worksheets, because you need to work on their worksheet with their worksheets so that you understand what sort of uh, wound they are having. Particularly, there are so many wounds. I'm going to talk 7 wounds are there, more than 7 are there, but mostly only 7. But yes, today I'm going to talk about 7. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about next 7. So this is what dismissive avoidant style. Any doubt? Clear or not? Or any doubt? Okay. Next is okay. Thank you, Kashish. Next is fearful. Now, before coming to fearful, I am going to talk about anxious. अरे एक दो कैसे हो गया? Okay, so I gave a bullet and then I gave one. Okay, so I'm going to talk about firstly the second one, mostly the third one. This is anxious preoccupied. Now, in anxious preoccupied, in this sort of style or in this sort of attachment style, again that individual have a fear of abandonment. Okay, Nirmala, I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it. So, in anxious, preoccupied style, they are mostly, they do have a fear of abandonment, constant, they need reassurance from everyone. Acha hua, acha hua. Even if it is not acha hua, they think that that opposite individual would say that yeah, it's pretty good or absolutely picture perfect. They can't tolerate the word no, acha nahi hua. For this reason, again, they have issues with their self confidence, low self confidence. They always have issues with high thought process, overthinking. High thought process here means overthinking. एक ही चीज के they need so many approval. For example, if any one of you all are from this category, this sort of individuals are more prone to um, cardio issues, heart attack. And this research was being done by AIMS. I forgot in which year, but I went to that paper where the prevalence rate was 32 point some percentage, near about 33 percentage. So in anxious style, and also yes, they are highly jealous. Now in this sort of issues, when an individual, not an individual, I won't talk about individual, when a couple is coming to you and you feel that the husband is overprotective, over possessive, and also over jealousy. In लोग के लिए over term is also very short. Now tell me one thing, uh, both the partners are coming. I'm not talking about the queer community, I'm only talking about the straight couples. Husband and wife are coming to you. The wife says that, ma'am, if I talk with my school friends, any sort of male school friends or even my male colleagues, my husband is not going to talk to me, but he is going to hurt himself. I had a case. Okay, I'm going to tell about my case only. This husband, today in the morning, I think, yeah, today in the morning only, the husband came to the OPD. Over here, everything was putty. And I was pretty confused. I thought any sort of accident had happened before coming, because the stain of the blood was pretty clear. Then the wife said me that, Shraddhanjali, no accident, nothing sort of this sort of things happened. But today while coming, I was having a word with my brother's girlfriend ka friend. That is a boyfriend. Girlfriend ka koi ladka friend hai. My husband, he don't scold me. He is too caring. But what he did, the moment he got down from the bus or metro something, he punched his hand in the wall, and he was constantly punching till the blood was coming out. पूरा हाथ फटा हुआ था. The forehead was also फटा हुआ, and he was doing like this. He was banging his head. So what do you think in this sort of cases, or in this is a pretty normal case, because in overprotectiveness or over possessiveness, possessive is good, but anything which is pretty high, what sort of therapy do you all think you all can give? In general, I'm not talking about only inner child healing, in general.
CBT.
Okay, CBT and what generally comes when the husband is punching his own hand? What do you think? What can be the causes?
Ma'am, maybe I'm wrong, but I believe that it's a, it's a way to manipulate her into thinking that if she is doing something which he doesn't want her to do, he will hurt himself, and ultimately she is the reason. So she will stop doing that thing.
Okay. Anything else?
Ma'am, could it be like he's insecure and he thinks that if he's hurt and he's not well, then others won't leave him and like be more supportive?
Okay. Any other opinion? Yes, Anushri and Rashi, you both were pretty correct. This is a case of trauma. Yes, Nirmala, tell me.
मैम मे बी वो उसे फील करवाना चाहता है कि वट एवर शी डिड वो सो रोंग दैट ही हैड टू टेक दैट स्टेप, सो ताकि वो आगे से बहुत ज्यादा कॉशियस है कुछ भी करने में.
Yes, somewhere it can be. This is a case of trauma. Now, when I'm going to talk about the types of wound, especially the wounded type only, you can see this sort of individual carry lot of traumatic events, like they can even recall what had happened when they were 20 days old or even 2 months old, because they have that divine power. Now when I was taking the history, I need the history again. I had to refer this case to the psychiatrist because this is a high case. The psychiatrist, after coming back from the hospital, she called me and she said that, Shraddhanjali, this is not only of trauma, the husband is gay. And what is the number of years? Do you know they both are married? Only 10 days. And the wife is not aware of his sexuality. Now, what do you think? CBT would work or CBT won't work? Rashi,
Ma'am, I don't think it will work,
yes.
because the reason of doing all of this might be the frustration of that man. And CBT, see, okay, okay.
Bolo, bolo. No, no. Actually, today I was not willing to take up the class. I
Oh,
said साथी that मेरे को class cancel करवा दो. She was like, हाँ cancel करो. फिर मैंने 6 बजे जाके लिख दिया. No, I'm going to take the class.
okay.
I am wearing my house dress only and I'm sitting. Okay, tell me.
So I believe that if we perform CBT, it might be possible that that person वो frustration में आकर जो कर रहा है उस चीज को
हम्म,
उतना एक्सट्रीम लेवल पर नहीं करेगा, बट सीबीटी का होल कॉन्सेप्ट यही होता है कि आप जो स्ट्रेसर्स है ना उस पे वर्क कर रहे हो, एंड उसका स्ट्रेसर ही कुछ और है, सीबीटी वहां पे वर्क नहीं कर पाएगी, उतने इफेक्टफुली नहीं कर पाएगी।
CBT, yes. CBT पूरा काम नहीं करेगा.
हाँ
But any other? Yes, Anjali. Anjali or Anjali?
मैम, आई एम टर्निंग माय कैमरा ऑफ, मैं मेरे को
Yeah,
चार्जर
ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. It's Anjali.
Anjali, okay. हाँ हाँ राशि
Yes,
बेबी
ma'am.
चलो बोलो.
The example you gave, जिसके
हम्म,
अंदर the husband is like beating himself up, जब वो मतलब wife गुस्सा हो रहे हैं. So, it can result from the like deeply in ground insecurities as well. Maybe the husband is feeling that अगर मैंने उसको उसकी बातें बोलने दी अच्छे से कि whatever she wants to say or whatever her points are, matlab the husband is not willing or like maybe so insecure of taking up the responsibility of his actions. So instead of taking up the responsibility or acknowledging what I did wrong, he is just trying to like escape that situation instead of say taking up the like responsibility of his actions. So instead of like focusing on the main problem, he's just diverting the like attention from the main problem to some other events. So maybe CBT can work to some extent according to me. I'm not very sure, but maybe it can work because it can build up insight in the husband, like what he's doing. So if he's like showing anger or like hurting himself up, so the CBT can help to bring the insight that why he's actually doing it. So because in order to avoid that like distressful conversation maybe or confrontation, so that's why he's doing it. So maybe CBT can help in this situation to bring up the insight in the husband, which may help to like maybe heal the past traumas. Because as you also mentioned, there was a like case of sexuality difference in sexuality. He's not very open about it, so it may be result from very pent up emotions. That's why he's avoiding all those is a difficult conversation. So maybe it can help to bring insight in all those situations, and it can help to like heal the past trauma as well.
yes, yes. Yes, Anushri, tell me.
Ma'am, given that he's gay and he's married to a woman, it means he was not able to express himself to the family, or the family wasn't supportive to him. So we can also, I
Again,
think,
to keep in point, yes, sorry for interruption, Anushri.
yes, ma'am.
Family was not supportive, definitely, but this is his love marriage, and both went out. They took their own decision. But after it is only 20 days, I said, of marriage or something, not even a month. Now the wife discovered it last week itself. So what do you think? Any therapy would work as of sexuality because the husband is gay? No sort of intercourse has happened between them, like no sexual activity took place between the husband and wife. What you all think? Okay. In this sort of cases, only queer affirmation would take place and nothing else. They have to come out of their marriage because a gay who is his orientation is gay or whose sexuality is gay, he can't sustain in a normal relationship because उसका सेक्स ही नहीं उठता एक लड़की को देख के. He's pretty much active with his sexuality the moment he sees any boy. In this case, definitely divorce would be happening, but definitely with the help of gynecologist and psychiatrist, not even the psychologist. Clear? Why I took the case, I am going to explain it later on. Clear? Because I can't see anyone. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Kashish. Thank you, Anjali. Next is anxious. Oh, sorry. Anxious, I did it. Next is fearful. Now, fearful, why I said that I'm going to do this in the last, it's a combination of avoidant and anxious. Both the combination of both the style. In this sort of attachment style, the individual is highly unpredictable. They are highly negative about self and others. But in dismissive, they are highly negative about others, but highly positive about themselves. In anxious, they are not at all negative. But in fearful, they are negative about both. Neither I am good, nor that individual is good. Now tell me one thing. Which sort of attachment style is more prone to depression?
It's like a fear.
Fearful, okay. Anything else? Anyone? Yes. Thank you, Anushri. Yeah, it's fearful. Now, which sort of attachment style do you all think in these three are more people pleasure? Pleasing that individual.
Anxious.
Anxious, okay. Why not fearful?
Ma'am, because in anxious they need approval and assurance. So when one needs assurance, they try to like do what others like.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Anushri. Clear everyone about all the attachment style. But there are four. I talked about four, but in PPT you are going to find only three because I did not mention the secure one. Because नाम से ही पता चल जाता है कि secure मतलब security है उधर पे. Clear, everyone? Okay.
Yes.
Acha, what about you all? You all are out in the class. Please come up on camera because I feel I'm talking to only a black screen. Rashi, chale aao. She's like she went to dinner. Samosa khane. Okay. Then she's going to come up. Ma'am, I am here. I am here. Hanji, dekho,
And I'm
naam
here.
your husband. Haan. Okay. Next, I am going to talk about the types of wound. Now, any idea what are the types of wound or what is wound? कुछ आइडिया है? नहीं भी है तो भी चलेगा. Anyone?
Suppressed emotions, or maybe things which affected them very negatively, and they they never had a chance to talk about it.
Okay. Anything else? एक minute. अच्छा, is the PPT clearly visible? Not visible, na? I was not feeling to take up the class today. That is the issue. साची ने कहा कि ले लो श्रद्धांजलि, you can't be upset. Have you all ever heard that a psychologist or a therapist is depressed?
यस, इतने सारे लोगों
Yes.
का ट्रॉमा सुन के
मेरा तो खुद के ट्रॉमा है अभी बहुत सारे, मेरे तो खुद के ट्रॉमा है।
People don't
अरे
expect people don't expect a therapist to be sad or anxious about anything. They feel like मैंने even मैंने बात करा फ्रेंड से, तो she said कि तुम क्यों परेशान हो, तुम अपने नोट्स पढ़ लो ना, it will work.
No, I had deactivated all my social media accounts, and today my friends called me. They were literally using slangs. I said, "Acha, theek hai. I am going to switch on my Facebook, but not Instagram, not LinkedIn." They are like, "Okay, एक एक करके मैं करवा लूंगी तुमसे." This is my see. I am sitting like a ghost. I don't know if ghost can come and see me. That ghost is going to get afraid of me. That इसके मेरे बाप इधर बैठे हुए हैं. Today I took 12 cups of black coffee, and this is my 13th one.
Again.
Yes, again. Okay. So how many of you कहाँ चला गया? Okay, this is the way I did it. Okay, how many of you all heard about Carl Jung? Carl Jung, Swiss psychiatrist.
मैम की
Kash-
पर्सनालिटी थ्योरी थी।
Personality theory. Did you read about the archetypes? Anyone?
नो,
Okay. Okay. Now, basically, why archetypes? Now, all this seven, I think. Yes, seven sort of archetypes. Why you all need to know what are archetypes or why this sort of archetypes? Mostly, most of us, 99.9% individual in the whole world revolves around all these archetypes. Now, I'll tell you a good joke. When I was doing my archetype in graduation second year, I remember I was disturbing my teacher and I was saying, मेरे पास सब कुछ है. I belong to all the archetypes. Because the moment you all read, or when I'm going to talk about real life cases, you all would feel that yes, I have all these archetypes. But actually, how you can find your own archetype is which is more prominent in your life. Like in a week, the most archetype or the most prominent uh, signs which you are showing up, by that you are going to judge your archetype. Now I'm not going to tell my archetype. After completing all the 7 types, I would tell you all my archetypes. Anushri, Kashish, Anjali, can you all come on camera, beta? मेरे को राशि कब से दिखाई दे रहा है, अभी निर्मला भी आ गया, तो तुम लोग भी आ जाओ.
Ma'am, I was having dinner, so
Okay.
actually camera on नहीं कर पा रही.
हाँ हाँ ठीक है, सबका अभी डिनर, किसी का समोसा. हाँ देख देख देखो देखो किसका समोसा है. अच्छा, और ना. ओके, हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू आर अंडरस्टैंड बंगाली?
थोड़ा थोड़ा.
थोड़ा थोड़ा. आप लोग.
Because I have Bengali friends.
हाँ ठीक है, फिर ठीक है. नहीं, अब मेरे इधर इस क्लास में मेरा एक बेस्ट फ्रेंड है ना, इसलिए आस्ते चले कैमरा आस्ते पढ़ो.
I don't understand, but I like the way they talk. Like, I like the accent very much.
You like Bengalis very much.
It's actually in my bucket list to, get involved in Durga Puja.
पूरी बाबा, come down to कोलकाता.
हाँ, उस टाइम पे मतलब बहुत अच्छे से सेलिब्रेट होता है ना.
हाँ, जो हम लोग के इधर पे लाइक मैरिड वुमेन से, वो लोग बहुत अच्छे से ड्रेस्ड अप होते हैं. सिंदूर, देन दे वेयर ज्वेलरीज. In Bengali we call shakha and pola. They wear all those things and they are like, I am like, oh, मेरे को बंगाली ब्राइड बननी है अभी. ओके.
फिर हस्बैंड का क्या होगा?
मेरा हस्बैंड वही तो बनाएगा मेरे को. मेरा हस्बैंड पागल हो गया. Think about me being a psychologist. My husband is a pharmacist. What a great combination.
Same background. Similar, similar.
Ha. Okay. So, what exactly is archetype is the way we behave or the thing we are born with. Now, people have a lot of controversies regarding this because archetype mainly are being dealt with the alternative healers. Okay, now in the beginning of the class, Nirmala, I am going to recapitulate only few things for you that you don't need to be a psychologist to be a inner child healer. Okay, but definitely, if you are a psychologist, definitely cherry on the top. But if you are even an healer also, you can heal because इधर पे कोई theories वगैरह काम नहीं आता है. Okay, if you are crystal healer, if you are a reiki healer, tarot, oracle, कुछ भी अगर आता है आपको, you can do it. Now, as all I know tarot and oracle and chakra, everything. So it's a plus thing for me that I am a student. I was a student of psychology and I know all the healings apart from Reiki. Reiki only I know 2 levels, not the last level. Now, while dealing with this, if you all complete a small course on hypnotherapy, a few of them are missing this, but those who would be watching the recording, if you all do the uh, any of a course, but definitely not online, offline, if you all do a course on hypnotherapy, this inner child would be a bonus for you all. Because the day when I did, I was confused that why inner child? But हम लोग के मन में जो जो trauma है is just because of our child. Because people think that the moment we are born or when we are in the stomach of our mother, we don't understand anything. But we understand everything. So, if you all do a small course, not as small, definitely because you all receive registration number after completion of the hypnotherapy course, then you are a licensed hypnotherapist. That the time you all would understand how many sort of subconscious minds are also there. Deeper, deeper, deeper. So, what in our hypnotherapy classes, we used to learn about archetypes, and every single day, our teacher used to knock us about all the archetypes. Because the moment you know about the types of child and the types of archetypes and types of wound, father wound, mother wound, parents wound, then you can resonate why an individual is having trauma, inner child, why the inner child is very disturbed. Now, this is very universal. Archetype is very universal. This is not that what I bear or how I'm going to react in a situation. Rashi is also going to react the same way in same situation. It can't be because in a family, if you have seen that both the siblings or the twins are there in the family, but someone is having a deeper, severe trauma. The other one is having a mild or moderate trauma, or nothing has bothered him or her. Why so? Because of the archetypes. So archetypes plays an important role and definitely varies from culture to culture. Definitely parenting also plays an important role. I'm not ignoring the fact, but culture plays the most. In which culture you are belonging, how you are perceiving a situation. During childhood, how you used to react to the situation. Because as in the beginning of the two classes, I was saying I am very people call me as tomboy because I feel like beating everyone. So that is my archetype. I don't have any wounded archetype, but that is my archetype. So now how you are going to understand what sort of archetype an individual is having. The first is the divine type. Yes, Anushri, tell me.
मैम आप एक और बार बता सकते हो आर्किटेक्ट होता क्या है समझ नहीं
कौन सा बोलो which one
इन
archetypes?
इन जनरल हाँ
Okay, you want the introduction.
यस मैम
Okay, so what exactly is archetype? Yes, Anushri. Okay,
गलती
what
से
exactly? Not an issue. What exactly is archetype is? Archetype are the way we are being shaped right now. Adults are being shaped. This is pretty universal, and archetypes has something to do with not something. The majority of the archetype depends on the culture, in which culture you are living, where you are living, what about the surrounding, where you are being surrounded with. Now, if you know about, okay, if I can find, definitely I am going to give again. Uh, in one of our, what is that called? Media coverage, Salman Khan said that his archetype is of orphan. Orphan मतलब हम लोग को समझ में आता है orphan child. Now why? Because when he was a child, he was being separated every single time. No one valued him. No one valued his emotion. No one cared about him. But again, also, he said that he believes in all the magical powers in the world. That is the magical archetype. But for people who are magical archetype, I'm going to talk in the upcoming slides. Once their trust are being broken by the magics, they enter into the phase of depression. हाँ, किसी किसी को बोलने सुनेंगे आप लोग कि I don't enjoy what I do. It's just a pushing people give me from the back, and it's a daily routine I have to follow. I don't enjoy. They are the sort of magical archetypes. Once they used to believe in all sort of magics, the universal magic, कुछ भी होने से पहले they could sense it. Kharab, like good thing, bad thing. But afterwards, they are like something happened which has triggered them, and that have shaken that individual. So the first one is the divine type or the divine child. Now the divine child is mainly the one where the child just behave like the adults, like adult qualities are being present over there. Now I would say a case. This boy was in class 3 or 4. I remember I had said something which I don't remember what exactly I said, but I said something to his mother. He said me that, do you even have any sort of idea that what my mother went through all the 9 months when I was in her womb? And the words, the yes, and the expression, whatever the boy, yes, that was a boy, he was giving was completely like a 45 years old lady or woman, or sorry, lady or boy would have given. I asked him that, do you like your mom or do you like your dad? The reply was, I like both because my mother kept me in her womb for 9 long months, and my father, not father, he said something else, that which means father. My father was having a hardcore sex with my mother, and hence I respect both my parents. And I was like, okay. So this is what divine child. Whatever they would say, it's just from their heart. They don't know to use any sort of quoting. And hence, I did not mention over here, divine child is also known as a golden motif. They are just the way you want them to be. You can shape them. But again, they are pretty mature. Definitely, they are innocent. But in certain situation, they are going to give you all, you all are like certain not caption, certain thought process that you all are going to think, what is the actual age? This is what divine child is. Next is magical child. This is what I was talking about. Yes, Rashi, tell me.
Then I met this child, and he is 11-year-old, and he just
Hmm.
got some fishes, and he was telling every single person that I am. Would you like to meet my children? I am a father now. And the way I even have his video, if it's okay, I can show.
Yeah,
And
yes.
the way he's talking, it's like, it's not appropriate according to his age. Well, it's not
Hmm.
normal.
Yes, because what, see, why so? Because the way they are being brought up by their own mother, not only mother, both the parents, because this class 4 or 3, I even forgot, it's pretty not, I did not expect. And it's not only I, when I was discussing this case with one of my teacher, she was also too shocked. Then suddenly I remember, "Acha, this is what divine archetype is." So generally what happened when this sort of individual or this sort of people come up if you dig their parents, like if you take the history of their parents, you are going to find certain sort of maturity which happens in the table. Like for most of us, we talk about all sort of topics, most of our house, love, politics, sex, relationship, any sort of books. But for this, they are only talking about some mature talks. They don't talk in general about all the topics. लव इन लोग के लिए सिर्फ रेस्पेक्ट है. हाँ राशि बोलो अभी.
मैम वीडियो
Hi, Mr. Parent. Yes. Can you please tell me about your kids?
6 fish.
Yeah.
Okay, I named all the fish about you may laugh at this.
No,
About
why would I laugh?
Curie. I don't know.
I'm not laughing. Come on.
Okay, the two goldfish I named is Sheldon and Raj Kutrapali.
Okay.
The two red hats I have are named Leonard and Howard.
Hmm.
And two fish, one is a goldfish and one is a yellow fish, of which is fine. We can see which is here. I named them Amy and Penny because they are the girlfriends of Raj and Sheldon.
Okay.
Anything else?
Yeah. How are you feeling?
Well, I only got my kids yesterday,
Hmm.
so I never really got much of a feeling. They just like it, and I just put this on their glass,
Okay.
and they just come up to
So you already know their likes and dislikes.
yeah, and
You're such a good parent you are.
they hate it when they don't get their food.
Okay.
Even though I've only been there been for one day,
Hmm.
they hate it. My mom and dad are their grandparents now, legally.
This is a high sort of independence also. High sort of independence.
Okay. And I felt like the divine child category will suit him.
Yes.
And
Dig
he
his
was,
mom and dad.
yeah, and
Talk about their childhood also, if possible.
about his parents.
Yes. Ask his mother about his own, like her own childhood.
She struggled in her childhood. And उन्होंने फिर फाइट करके फैमिली वालों से लव मैरिज किया, देन कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ उन्होंने चूज किया, फिर उसके बाद में वो ड्रॉप कर दिया, देन शी ऑप्टेड फॉर मेकअप आर्टिस्ट, देन उन्होंने फिर से वो ड्रॉप कर दिया, देन वो हीलर बन गए, नाउ शी इज ड्रॉपिंग दैट एज वेल. ऑल्सो उनके जो हस्बैंड थे उनका भी थोड़ा बहुत सिमिलर है, वो पहले कॉर्पोरेट जॉब कर रहे थे, देन उन्होंने वो बंद कर दिया, उसके बाद में अभी वो एडवोकेट बन रहे हैं. सो द चॉइसेस ऑफ पेरेंट्स इज नॉट नॉर्मल. आई कैन से कि बहुत ज्यादा ना ऐसे रैंडम है. एक जो उनका डिसीजन मेकिंग है वो बहुत एक ऐसा नहीं है कि वो सोच समझ कर कुछ चूज कर रहे हैं. And what they talk about to the child is ki what are you planning to do, how do you see yourself, and every single thing, but not about what are your friends name, what kind of game you're gonna play, nothing like that. They
Yes.
were yeah, they made him watch series and movies which are specifically for adults.
Hmm. Yes. This is what divine child is. They are highly independent. मम्मी पापा है इन लोग के साथ नहीं है कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. They are highly independent. But again, the moment their trust are being broken by anyone, they are not going to leave that individual. Now, not in sense of stabbing or something, but again in verbal communication also. They are pretty assertive also. They respect only to those who deserve respect from her or from him. And divine type is right now in this generation is pretty common. If it is okay, we can talk about with our not with father definitely, but with our mother, like about sex, about vagina, about any sort of sex toys. But they are not going to talk. Yeah, definitely they are going to talk. They are going to talk about politics. They are going to talk about other issues, the current affairs which are going in within the government. उन लोग के डिनर टेबल पे गवर्नमेंट रिलेटेड बहुत सारे बात आप लोग सुन पाएंगे. So whenever you are digging or whenever you are taking an archetype, if possible, dig their mom and dad also. Or if any extended families are coming, talk about their childhood. Hear about them. Because they are constantly in touch with their own inner child also. We feel that we don't talk to our child. But every single day we are also a child. As I said, I'm sitting in my like home dress itself. If I was highly professional, I would have maintained that and I would have said, no, I am my pretty picture perfect. So this is what. Okay. Next is the magical child or the magical archetype. Now, these are the sort of individual who believes in all the defined part, like magics. Now I remember I have a case with magic thing. Now this daughter, she said me that, did you ever watch Sonpuri? I was a great fan of Sonpuri. Now during my school, 5, 6, 7, that time I even don't know the year also right now. Sonpuri, Shararat, and whenever I get a time in YouTube, I would be going with the previous episodes. Now what she said me is, in the real life case, this individual, she said me, I am 23 years old, but still I believe in all the magics which can happen. I said, what sort of magic? She said me, do you have any pen? I said, yeah, I can give you my pen. No, do you have any magic pen? I was like, I don't have any magic pen because magic pen hota nahi hai. The moment she said me, shakalaka boom boom. And I was like, okay, that is not a pen, that is a pencil, that whatever I would be drawing, that ink would come up. And they are in their own world. उन लोग का एक separate world होगा. You can't just enter. And these are the sort of individual who believes in other alternative healings. Tarot, they are a high fond of tarot. Numerology, all sort of horoscopes. Now, again, I would say these are the sort of that individual who are more prone to depression because the moment magics are not working, because nothing is there which is magic. But yeah, we can say that I was thinking about this situation to happen and exactly that same happened. कभी कभार होता है हम लोग के साथ. But magic, that is not a magic. But for this sort of individual, they feel that this is a magic. I have seen my mom cooking mutton in my dream and that dream came true. That means it's a magic. So these are that sort of individual who are not only prone to depression, they have issues with this, especially the girls have issues with their menstruation cycle. Though again, this is a pseudoscience. Inner child is not a pseudoscience, it's alternative healing, but this is one is particularly a pseudoscience that magical child would have issues with their periods. Boys with magical thought process, they have issues with their masturbation system. They don't know how to masturbate properly. And I remember one of the same case, the son asked me, that is the boy asked me that, is a 6, 7, 8 ke class pe, is it good to have masturbation for after every 20 minutes? And if the gynecologist, I remember I had a word with his gynecologist. The gynecologist said me that, Shradhanjali, you won't believe the condition of his penis. I said, why? And it was clear in my head because the moment the boy was asking me about every 20 minutes I'm going to masturbate, it's not a normal thing. It's high sort of addiction also. Now, whenever he used to masturbate, he used to hold the penis with both the hand and used to take it like this. What exactly is happening? The skin is coming, the skin is overlapping. And being a class 6 or 7 ka boy, his penis was just like our age of 20, like 26 or 27. His penis was so thick. Now he said, kuch nahi hoga, my angels, my magic, I'm going to do magic, chhari ghuma denge, it would be cured. They have high sort of thing, like in adults, if I talk about the magical childs which are prone into adults, they are highly addicted to sex, like pornographies, all sort of prawns. Now they don't understand that prawns में जो दिखाते हैं असलियत में वो नहीं होता है. Animations are there, 3D animation, 4D animations are there. Now I remember again a sort of sexuality client with magical child, 45 or 46, but not more than 50. Both the husband and wife, the husband was asking me, I like foreplay, my wife life in intercourse, definitely, but I like if my wife is taking my whole penis into her mouth. And the wife is like, I can do everything, but I can't. What the term was that the wife used, I forgot about that sex. I can't do that. Like basically, he wants his wife to take the penis, whole penis in his mouth, sorry, in her mouth. But basically, the wife is not like that. The wife said, I can do all sort of sex posture, but I can't take up because I feel like you some sort of things is bothering me. Definitely, it can be. But why the thought process of that male was there? Because he used to see that yes, the score, the red like areas girls are taking up, but असलियत पे नहीं होता है. So this is what magical childs are. But the moment they are disturbed, it's pretty difficult to bring them back to their normal life. Pretty difficult. Clear, magic child? Okay. Next is the wounded child. Now this is most one of the most important thing. Wounded child are those child who carries or who can recollect all the tragic events which has happened during their childhood period or even in their mother womb. Now हम लोग बोलते हैं ना कि the moment a mother is conceiving the baby, you are supposed to read books, you are supposed to put up the pictures in the wall, you are going to listen to like Bhagwan ka music, blah blah blah. Why so? Because the baby who is being formed in the womb can listen everything. If a mother is sad, the baby won't kick, and this has been proved in Kolkata. I don't remember about the name of the infertility specialist. She said me once when I was working as an infertility counselor in few of the infertility clinics only. But the moment mother is happy, that the moment the baby kicks, and kicks only are for only 5 seconds, not more than that. But if the baby is kicking for more than 5 seconds, that means the baby is itself disturbed because the mother is disturbed. Garbha Sanskara. Anyone who knows about Garbha Sanskara? Perinatal issues? Okay, okay. So if you know about Garbha Sanskara, in Garbha Sanskara, we are being taught about how the mother react. जो हम लोग खाते हैं, not me, but the mother who is conceiving, जो मम्मी लोग खाते हैं, वो बेबी खाते हैं कैसे? If a mother is taking, yes, if a mother is taking something spicy, the baby can feel it. That indigestion doesn't happen of the mother. That indigestion is of the baby. But in terms of the mother is having. So Garbha Sanskara is basically a huge thing. In Garbha Sanskara, the wounded child is also very prominent over there. We have been taught. So in wounded child, they are the one who have issues with CPTSD, complex post-traumatic disorder. I'm going to talk in the upcoming classes. Traumas are pretty common. Any sort of trauma, not necessarily that the client would encounter any sort of trauma. Now, in the previous classes, I was talking about prisons, first class, reason for childhood trauma. Nirmala, go back to the recording of the day one class. You are going to find out that why I'm talking about wounded and trauma because of certain prison things. Associate classical conditioning are being formed over there. So what exactly happens? They are not only having issues with trauma, abuse can also happen. Addicts and enablers are also there in their family. If they are being having any sort of physical pain, the mom is like, "Chhod do, kuch nahi hoga." Basically, wounded child come up from the issues of trauma, definitely again, but one family style is pretty common, which is the one family dysfunctional sort of family. Anyone?
Sorry, can you please repeat?
Yes. In wounded child, the family dysfunctional family कौन सा होगा? Where the mom and dad are not involved, enmeshed family, uninvolved family. I am down with 102-degree fever. Mom and dad, my mom is busy partying, my dad is busy with his own business. Whom to share? That is what. But if this sort of individual are being given the proper inner child healing activities, if properly, they are over caring. They care for their partner to the fullest. They care. They just care for the partner because they understand the sadness that when they no one in their families are emotionally available. So they would be present with their partner lifelong. And I have seen most of my cases from wounded family. This is the exact reason. Proper techniques are to be administered. Proper activities are to be given. एक दिन में काम नहीं होगा. People definitely ask, and especially when the healers are sending. Now there are so many healers who don't know inner child healing, so definitely they refer cases. The healers, they say, Shraddhanjali, kitna session lagega? How many sessions do you need? It's not, I can't say because it differs from individual to individual. I had a wounded case. It took, for me, it took only 15 sessions to like clean up the wound. Only 15. Again, at the same time, some other different gynecologists have forwarded me the same wounded case. It's almost 2 years. The client is still there with me. And every single week the client is coming. But for that healer who gave me that case, it was only in every 2 weeks that client used to come. So it differs from individual to individual. So people are going to ask, how many sessions do you need? What are the session charges? Charges can depend on you. But sessions, how many sessions can't be on your part. It's up to that individual. Because inner child का main portion ही है acceptance. You have to accept the past, that you can't cure the past. You have to hold on the past. And yes, there are certain techniques which you can help them. No one can forget the past. In inner child, there is a misconception that with the proper therapy, with proper activity techniques, you can forget your past. Never. When I was just, how many years? Either 3 or 4. Yeah, 3 or 4. I still remember when my grandmother died. I still remember what dress I was wearing. It was just a short tape. Like I was a child of 2 or 3 years. I had a boycott. I can say each and everything because it's pretty clear. That was a very traumatic incident for me because I was very close to her. I remember she used to tell me stories of bhoots, pet. She used to tell me all sorts of paranormal activities. I also can tell when my mom used to fight when I was in class 3 or 4. Not with me, with my father. But I also went for inner child healing session for 6 long months. But just the fact I did not forget anything, not only I, people don't forget anything. But what is, they can cope up. Yes, Anushri.
मैम आप जो पास्ट बोल रहे हो पास्ट लाइफ की बात कर रहे हो चाइल्डहुड में पास्ट
Childhood. Past life regression is a sort of different technique. It's a different act. Ekdam pura different. Okay. Next is the orphan child. Now I gave the name abandoned. Ha, likh diya. So the second name of orphan child, people would definitely call them as both the names, either orphan child or abandoned child. Now, sometimes it can be that they are literally orphan, that they don't have their own parents, or sometimes they are not orphan, they do have their own mom and dad, but still they have a feeling of loneliness. They are being separated from each and every family system, not system, family programs. They are not being taken anywhere. They are only with their nannies or with their household maid or with their caretaker. Now, caretaker doesn't mean the mom and dad. It can mean the nanny who is there with that individual. Now, again, this sort of individual or this sort of child, if given a proper care, they land up ending into that world where they are overprotective and over possessive. I can't lose anyone. I was lost. Now I have a small family. But again, when they are orphaned, if not given proper therapy, they can turn addicted. Now, addicted can be any sort of addiction, leaving porn addiction, any sort of addiction, but leaving pornography. Clear about orphan child? Okay. Next is the eternal child. Now, this is one of the most beautiful thing. In eternal child, what happens? They enjoy being themselves. किसी का कोई परवाह नहीं है, मेरे पास है ना है कुछ भी नहीं. हाँ राशि, बोलो.
मैम, ऑर्फन चाइल्ड आपने सलमान खान का एग्जांपल दिया था, कैन यू प्लीज रिलेट इट अगेन?
What used to happen, Salman Khan said in one of his interview that when I was in class, not class, when I was at the age of 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, till the age of 12, my mother, because his mother was also a celebrity, film star, and so on and so forth. So his mother used to go out party, but he was the only one who was left alone. But his brother, Arbaz Khan, was not being left alone. Neither Arbaz nor Sohail Khan. Why Salman Khan was being left alone? Because the opinion the mother possessed that I can't carry all my three sons with me, and hence I need to leave one. That is Salman Khan. And after the age of 12, then the mother realized that, yeah, I'm not doing something which is not good. But till the age of 12, the formation of the thought process has already happened that no one liked me. In his most of the interview, if you go through his interview in YouTube, you can see he said, I am an orphan child. No one cared about me. I was down with not only with fever, I used to do potty in my pant, but only the nannies was there. But nanny was only there physically. Emotionally, no one was available. Same thing, Malika Sharawat. She was an air hostess. Malika Sharawat also said. Same thing, Bharti Singh. She has also said. Due to my mom, not mom, due to my parents, I used to take up tiffin or I used to take up food from the dustbin and I used to eat it up. Rakhi Sawant. These are the cases of orphan. They had a parents, but they were not available emotionally.
Ma'am, I had a client,
Hmm.
and her parents left her to their grandmother. So the child was taken care by her, and there was a time when child forgot the face of her parents. And when her parents came, so she asked her grandmother, "Who are they and why are they, telling me to come with them? And
Hmm.
I don't want to leave." So at that moment, she was around 7. Yeah, she was around 7 उस time पे, and she even refused to go with them, but then नानी ने पूरा समझाया कि नहीं, they are your parents, you have to leave. So उसके बाद में she came.
Hmm.
So what category will suit or orphan?
It can come under orphan again. Now you have to see whether it's also a case of magical thinking. See,
She believes in magical thinking so
hmm,
much. मतलब neurology. She even read cards, and her
now
parents
which
are.
one is more prominent for her?
Ma'am, actually, the thing is that when she came to live with
Hmm.
her parents are not in a very happy marriage. They are recently, getting separated, and she constantly faced emotional trauma and emotional neglect.
That means it's a case of orphan.
Okay,
It's a combined case of orphan and magical child
okay.
because she believes in the magical power.
Hmm.
Now, this eternal child, this is pretty, I won't say it's pretty common, but you can see after a certain age, it turns up like they are those individual who enjoys their own time. किसी का कोई परवाह नहीं है whether I am being surrounded by any sort of people, whether my mom and dad are there. I am in my own life. I enjoy being in my childhood, even if I am a girl of 29 years old. I am like, for this sort of individual, they are carefree. They relax, they chilled out, they enjoy even the small, even something. Now I remember one of a case, not case, I won't say, the moment I became the district president, and also the state president, people started criticizing that how Shraddhanjali can become, she is only 31, blah, blah, blah. We being 45, 65, we are not holding so many positions. They started. One of my senior therapists, she said me, Shraddhanjali become an eternal child. I said, how? She said me that even celebrate your success, celebrate your failures. Now I said, who celebrate the failures? मेरे को नहीं करना है. She said me, if you are not celebrating your failures, that means you are passing on message to your own brain and to the universe that I can only celebrate my success, not my failure. And then you are only going to get failure in terms of success. More failure than success. And hence, these are those individuals who celebrate both. कुछ भी होगा party, they feel like celebrating. And these are also those sort of individual who feels that yes, if I am posting a picture, is just not for the sake of receiving like, but I can make that other person jealous. That yeah, she's happy, even if she's not happy, but they can pretend to be happy, and they are least bothered about anything. They enjoy their own time. They enjoy their own company. Now these are those individuals for whom, if they are coming, because generally this sort of client are not very prominent in the inner child healing sessions, but again they have high sort of independence, which is not accepted by most. Now I had again a small, only one or two cases I got from eternal like hiking. Yeah, hiking. This was a boy of 29 years old when the mama and dad was searching bride for him. And he was like, I got married. And the mother was like, what? You got married? Where is the girl or where is your wife? Show us. He said, I got married at the age of 20 itself. And after 9 years, you are saying us? Show me where is your wife. Then he said, okay, I'm going to show. And after 3 or 4 days, I remember the mother said me, do you know, Shraddhanjali, what did I see? I said, yeah, you saw his wife. The mother said, yeah, wife in terms of bike. I was like, oh God. Because he don't want to get married. Not because of something else. He feels that the moment someone is going to enter my life, my carefree life is going to be shattered away. They are highly independent. फर्क ही नहीं पड़ेगा इन लोग को. हाँ,
Ma'am,
Yashu.
people with commitment issues will fall in this category.
They can fall again. See, commitment issues, people, they are not always independent. They feel that I am independent, but in this sort of individual, they like everything. Commitment issue का एक difference है इधर से, like they don't enjoy everything. Even if they are getting up at 5, like आँख खुल गया 5 बजे, they are like, but for this sort of individual, even if they are getting at 4:30, they are like, I got up at 4:30 and they are directly going to put up a status in WhatsApp. I got up at 4:30. They enjoy each and every moment in their life. If you see Facebook of most of the people, every single day कुछ ना कुछ upload करेगा ही करेगा. 5 से लेके अभी दे दो, अभी से लेके फ्यूचर पे दे दो. They are not concerned about future. They are more past present oriented. But they can have issues, especially with relationship, because they can't commit. Because I am already married with my bike and I don't need another bike in terms of wife. No one should sit. And I remember this boy said me, I said, I know how to ride a bike, but definitely not bullet. And he said me, please don't you dare to touch my bullet. I was like, I'm not touching. I'm saying I know bike. I know how to ride a bike. And he said me, what bike do you know? I said, I know everything, but bullet, it's too heavy. I can't lift it. He said me, okay, I would teach you, but not with my wife. That means not with his bike. And they are like they are clear with their own terms. मेरे को ये चाहिए, I am going to fulfill it. Today only I was seeing a status of one of my friend. She belongs from this category. Both the mom and dad are gynecologist. She is a orthopedic, unfortunately, because but her treatment is too poor. She said that for next 6 months, she has a clear vision board. For the next 6 months, I'm going to do this, and the durations are pretty clear. I said, do you have even idea that what you are wanting? She said me, by hook or crook, I'm going to do that. I said, you are going to take loan, you are going to do something. No, I have my own savings and I can do it. And they are overconfident. Not only confident, they are overconfident. But this doesn't affect their life, not even personal, not even professional. Next is the nature type. Now, nature type childs are only those who have a strong connection with the nature. Now, strong connection with the nature, either with plant, flora, or fauna. But again, if given a proper, now this is a sort of individual वो लोग they won't come, but definitely the mom and dad would come up and say that, ma'am, do you know, every time I go out or every time I'm taking my daughter or son out, they are like, मेरे को इधर नर्सरी पे जाना है. I would say a client of mine last week itself, she was a girl of 30, 12 plus, 12 years, 6 months, something she said me. Whenever she goes out, either she steals plant or she pluck up plant from the ground anywhere in Kolkata, or she would tell her mother, I'm giving you money. This is my pocket money. Bring me this. And she is a huge fond of succulents, which are pretty like succulents. And what is that flower? She said me, I forgot. I forgot the name of the flower. They are quite expensive and rare plants. Now, when I was talking to her mother, she said that when she was 3 years old, from that time she was pretty close with my mom and her like grandmother particularly. She was a gardener. उसका पास खुद के small nursery थे, but she did not sell gardens, like not gardens, the plants. It's just for the purpose people used to come and visit that garden by paying a nominal amount. And hence she developed this habit that this is what my income should be. Now again, she is of a divine character also. She has in her mind that this is my income. I am not going to go out. And in her house, her mother said me almost 2000 plus rare plants are still matlab there, which is pretty difficult to sustain in particularly in Kolkata because of the huge humidity. But she is doing that. She has all sort of things which are required for that plants. Yes, Nirmala, you want to say something? Okay. But if an individual who is connected with animals, the opposite things happens. They don't like plants. They only like animals. But again, if you are dealing with this sort of individual, you can feel that they like to be with them rather to be with the individual. They feel that not the flower one or plants one, for the animal fauna one, they feel animals are more trustable than human beings. And they would say this, that I don't need anyone. My protector, my security are my dogs, cats, rat. I have one, not client, he is my friend. उसके पास 20 plus dogs है, 14 rats, and I don't enter the house, 21 rabbits, 4 cat, and something she is going to bring, that is with the help of license, that what is that called, crocodile. He is on the verge of creating that pond to make the leaving of the crocodile. And I'm like, I'm not going to enter your house again. This is, and he is elder to me. He is 39 plus. And his mother is like, Are abhi to shadi kar le. And I said, who is going to get married to him at the age of 39? And he said me that if no one gets married, I am going to donate my sperm. And I'm saying, you don't have any sperm count right now. Please don't say all this rubbish. So their love is only death. Anything they can do for that. Now I don't know that particularly that name of that thing. She is going to bring that. I said, do you have idea that for that you need some sort of license particularly? And he have all the thing facilities. Just the fact after 1 month he is going to get that license. And that amount of, I don't know what dog it's called. It's a huge. The cost of the dog is 1 lakh something. And I'm like, okay, give me that 1 lakh. I'm going to give. I'm going to keep it for my own purpose. They have loving for all this fauna and flora. They can invest their whole money. I remember the moment he brought pigeons, parrots in his house. He took a loan of 5 lakhs. He gave the interest, definitely 5 lakhs. He gave so many interest, but this is his likings. Not even a liking; it's a sort of addiction for her. Sorry, not for her, for him. He got so many good restarts. Right came up, and no one liked him because he can't leave this place. He don't live with his mom and dad because auntie uncle have allergies with all these animals. He have a separate big area of all these things. He don't even walk. His walk is only from house, like stock market, and he's good. His earnings are more than me and all of us. Next is the needy child. Now, this needy child is somewhat similar to orphan and the wounded. But over here, the orphan are satisfied even if you are giving the orphan a small chocolate, or to the wounded if you are giving a small. Yes, Dashi.
Ma'am, nature child basically prefer to be alone, right?
Yes, yes, yes. With the
And
nature.
yeah, and let's say for some reasons, for some financial reason, they have to sell their garden or nursery.
Hmm.
Then what kind of mental illness or
Depression, they
disorders
would enter
might?
into depression, because I can say about my friend, when he was not being able to like provide the loan, like not to the bank, he was just thinking, he was just imagining the power that if I'm not being able to give the loan along with the interest of 5 lakhs, what would I do? I remember he was turning aggressive. He used to beat everyone. Even I remember he bet his like he had slapped his mother. They enter into depression, and that too chronic depression, which for which rehabilitation is mandatory. Depression and addiction for this nature one. The moment, if they are, even if they are not doing so, just they are visualizing that agar I'm not being doing. That the moment depression comes and knock their door. So it's pretty difficult. Again, it's pretty difficult. So bringing back to that conscious level that this is not your life. But again, for certain sort of people who are rigid, CBT won't work. None of the therapy would work. Not only CBT for nature, but none of the therapy, because they feel that that is only my life. I have seen many in my area. I can name so many. They did not get married because they like all these things. But again, there are people who like gardening, but still they are giving their family time. That is completely not a sort of nurture child, nature child. Fish are nature. I have a girl friend who is having more than 15,000 fish. Big aquarium of 10 centimeter, 10 feet, something big, big. Wall aquarium in her house are only 15. And she lives in a very posh area in Kolkata, because her mother's income is more than 1 crore per year. So she is completely different. Again, she won't get married because she have to shift to her in-laws place. पता नहीं in-laws के पास इधर पे माल material होगा कि नहीं. So she is not going to shift this. She said a clear communicate. She communicated that I'm not going to get married. But yeah, she enjoys being with friend. Again, provided that she has all the material with the mother. And she has more than 3+ servant for all the fish. Cleaning them, giving them food, and food matlab they are being imported from outside. Itna bada fish, like it's like a shark. I don't enter in all these houses because honestly, I have a dog. उन लोग के घर, like the moment you enter all this nature one, if it is a open, it's good, not an issue. But especially with the fauna, if you enter their house, you are going to get a bad smell. One, two, it's okay. One dog, one cat, two cat, three cats, picture perfect. More than that, it's like you can't. So again, they still stay over there. They prefer staying with the nature. They are mostly nature one. Okay. Oh, then is the needy child. As I was talking, that needy child is somewhat similar to orphaned and wounded, but yeah, they develop a personality disorder, which is dependent personality disorder. The moment they are adult, and they are never ever satisfied with what they have. Even if you are gifting them a good phone or anything, expensive item, they are not satisfied. They need something more. मेरे को चाहिए. उन लोग का ग्रीड इतना बड़ा होता है मतलब you can't satisfy. They have some urges which as a normal, not even Ambanis can cure them. They need something. I had a client. She was in graduation sociology department. She said me, not she, I won't lie, her mother and father and grandfather. Yeah, grandma, grandpa, both the mother, mom and dad. Both the mother and father was of a view that every single month she would be changing her phone, and not even phone matlab Samsung, Android, nothing, iOS phone, Apple ka phone. And she have, and but she won't be like selling the old phone. She would be buying a new one and keeping the old one in the house, and she constantly have a demand, abhi I need this, abhi I need that. And then when you dig the past or the parent thing, you can feel that somewhere their parents are responsible. जो भी इन लोग को चाइल्डहुड में चाहिए था, पेरेंट्स वर लाइक ले लो. Daughter only, and I remember this daughter. The mother is a air hostess of Indigo flight. Father was a pilot. So you all can imagine what sort of income their standard would be. Now, being in sociology department, her ambition was not clear. She know that only I am going to complete my graduation, then I'm going to get married. Definitely. I was talking about her own income. Then the father, he was pretty stubborn. He said me, I am earning just for the sake of my daughter. It's only one my it's I have only one single daughter. I don't have any son or no other second daughter. So what would be my income going on for? And hence whatever she needs, I am there. But the mother is of a different view. Give the reality check to her. But father was like, nahi dena chahiye. And then last month only I came to know, because I referred the case because the dad was uttering certain sort of languages which I was not being able to tolerate, because he came up directly to my parenting, my thought process, and hence I had to terminate the session. I came to know from one of the senior therapists that she got married, and she got married to a family where she is just living the life of Ambani. More richer to her mom and dad. उन लोग का हाइड्रोलॉजिक्स का बिजनेस है इन कोलकाता, एंड दैट फैमिली इज ओनली हैविंग वन बिजनेस, दैट इज हाइड्रोलिक. They have more than 3 or 4 factories. Everything is of her, of the daughter, sorry, of the son, and single son, single daughter. No one else. And in the house, they have both matlab lift and accelerators. House matlab ऐसा दिखना होगा आप लोग. In their house, they have more than 20 plus household maids. Guards are there. Swimming pools are there. For them, having a small vacation means Europe tour. And I was just scrolling out of curiosity that मेरे को इसको बंदे को देखना है. I said my boyfriend that I'm going to leave you. I'm going to go to that place. He was literally pissed off with me. I said I was just checking his profile, because the moment I entered the hydraulics in Kolkata, I got the name. Every single year, for 2 times, they visit Europe. Every single year. And I was like, मेरे को पैसा दे दो. And the profile was so amazing. I was fallen for the profile. And in fact, the wife, the girl, she was also like that. She don't know what exactly is no. But again, I remember last week only while scrolling her profile, she wrote to one of the comment. Someone wrote that lucky girl. Someone wrote lucky girl. I don't know who the hell was that. She replied, "No, I don't like. I need something. I need something." Because she is not satisfied. जो भी आप लोग दे दोगे उनको, like not only to this but to the needy child one concept, they are never satisfied. मेरे को और चाहिए. So again, they have a feeling of losing everything, but they are never satisfied. Even if you are giving your whole bungalow to that person, they are never satisfied. They belong, this sort of individual belong from a very richer backgrounds, mostly. Next is, this is a sort of therapy where I'm going to talk in the upcoming 2 classes. I'm going to teach you about the therapies. Tomorrow is Saturday. I think from 6 I have the class. Okay. So tomorrow after 6, you all have any classes?
मैम अभी शेड्यूल शेयर नहीं हुआ है.
Okay. If I can take, I would like to take a 2-hour classes. I would talk to Rishabh then. So this is a therapy. So I'm going to teach you. Where is the link? And I don't know in which PPT I gave a link. Like, not link. What rubbish I'm talking. I'm like YouTube videos. After all the 5 classes, there would be a short exam. Now short exam means that um, assignment, not any sort of other exam, but a sort of assignment where you have to write something. You have to make a own process. I'm going to explain in the classes. But again, please keep in mind, you have to see the videos. I am not getting the video. 1 minute. Got it. Yes, it is in PPT number 2, part 2 wala. I am doing this one. So in the last, there are 3 videos. The links are there. The links are clickable. I gave it right now. Go through the video after class 5, after day 5. Saturday, Sunday, I'm not sure whether you all would be having a class or not. If you all want a class, I can manage that too in the afternoon, not in the evening. But do you all want a holiday on Saturday? Then I can take up on Monday. No, anyone who wants, because after that, then Sachi is going to say me, Shraddhanjali, ek holiday de do. So don't worry, I'm going to do a poll. If possible, you all can come up in the evening, afternoon time, like 3 to 5 or 4 to 6. Then it would be easier for me also to help you all out, because I'm going to talk about therapy and I'm going to do a role play so that you all understand what type of questions you need to ask, what type of activities you need to do it. So all the PPTs are shared. No more PPTs are there. All the PPT. Tomorrow I'll start with part this one, which is this. Part 2 wala PPT. It's of 40 pages. It's a huge PPT. Nirmala said me to share. Acha, should I share the PPTs or should I share all the PPTs and worksheets again? What you need?
मैम आई थिंक यू शुड शेयर द बोथ बिकॉज कुछ बच्चों ने अभी ज्वाइन किया है.
That is, I don't know what exactly is happening. Someone is joining right now also. Okay, I'm sharing it. Now Sachi is going to say me, Shraddhanjali, full loaded ho gaya mera phone. I'm going to say, I can't help. So sorry. I would say, I can't help. I'm so sorry. Okay. The links are, sorry, the class recordings are in the group description. After every class, it would take only 24 hours for the link from our side to be generated. Once generated, you all can watch the recording. Recordings are there for lifetime. I am only going on selecting. Okay. lifetime recording. Groups are there, groups will be there. If any time I am not available, Sachi is there. She is one of my very good friend. You can reach out to Sachi. She is always there. Huh. But again, I would say after the class, after Sunday, max by Tuesday, an assignment would be provided. One long day would be given to you all to go through the recordings. If any doubt comes up, you all can ask me. I am there. I am going on selecting the worksheets. I would be helping, but on Tuesday you all would be having an exam assignments where you need to 2 days again would be given for the assignments. It's very easy. I feel. Hari bap re bap. So many things I'm going on selecting. Okay, 145. Huh. Your all the phones are going to get hanged right now. I can assure. Going. So on Tuesday, assignments would be given. Would request you all by not Tuesday, by Friday, 12 in the noon, give the assignments. The mail ID would be given to you all. Don't worry. You have to mail. Then after that only you all are going to get the certificate. And yes, for the internship opportunities, those who are attending all the classes, not the internship, sorry, the placement opportunity would be given to them only. Those who are not attending, it's unfortunate, neither me nor Pavitra, nor Sanaya, Tanaya would be able to give, because it's a like professional course. All the summer internships are professional, which you all can include in your CV, in your LinkedIn ID, blah blah blah. Received. चला गया सबके मोबाइल पे?
Yes.
हाँ. So go through the PPTs, go through the recording. Nirmala, you were there. Anushri, you were new. Both of you go to the PPT. If any doubt, ask me, because I feel you can have any doubt. I won't mind. Ask me 1,000 questions. I won't mind. 1,000 times I'm ready to explain in different ways. 1,000 examples I can give from my own life, real life therapies. But you all should be a pro in this. हाँ राशि.
तब मैं सबसे ज्यादा डिस्टर्ब करती हूँ आपको, मुझे ऐसा लग रहा
हाँ,
है.
डिस्टर्ब करो, कोई बात नहीं है. डिस्टर्ब करो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. But
Okay.
whatever you all are learning, please be sure that you all are taking up everything from the trainers. कुछ छोड़ो मत. रिकॉर्डिंग देखना है देख लो, कुछ भी देखना है, यूट्यूब वीडियोस वगैरह भी देख लो. कहीं पे भी डाउट हो, ट्रेनर से पूछ लेना. So that people don't say that, yeah, it's online and hence you all did not learn anything. होता है ना कि if it is a offline course, you all can see something. But if it is online, people are like, अरे लॉग इन करके रख ही दो, रिकॉर्डिंग तो मिल ही जाएगा. डेफिनेटली. बट रियल लाइफ एग्जाम्पल ऑनलाइन पे भी होगा, ऑफलाइन पे भी होगा. Cases would differ. So I would be giving you examples. Tomorrow, 2 classes are left, which are strictly for the therapies. Theory portion completed. The last PPT, अरे कहाँ गया भाई? हाँ अंजलि, tell me.
मैम आई हैड अ स्मॉल डाउट. अभी हमने
हाँ हाँ.
लास्ट में वी डिस्कस्ड अबाउट द नीडी चाइल्ड. Can it be possible that the needy child are much more prone for like having narcissistic personality disorder later in their lives?
For
No,
narcissistic,
डिपेंडेंट पर्सनालिटी डिसऑर्डर था उनका.
yes. So for narcissistic, it won't be possible because it's a dependent sort. Needy are always dependent. Needy
Okay, ma'am. I
person
just
are.
had a, I had this out because they are like not considering other people's emotions because they're always demanding.
हाँ.
As you give the example of that lady, so they, matlab, that person may lack empathy as well, and they are like always thinking about themselves. So I had this doubt.
No,
Like,
see,
is it possible for them
I'll
as
tell
well?
you. For needy person, what exactly happens? They don't demand from themselves. हम लोग का डिमांड किससे होगा? खुद से होगा कि I need to do better. They don't have demand from themselves. They are dependent on XYZ for fulfilling their own needs. But for narcissistic, they are highly dependent on themselves also, more than anyone else.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, now it's clear.
Okay.
मैम
हाँ,
आप ना शेयर आप एक पीडीएफ शेयर कर सकते हो जहाँ पे जो सारी शेप्स ड्रॉ करते हैं या फिर जो भी
I am
कलर यूज
searching.
करते हैं.
I searched yesterday. The moment I'm going to, वो आर्ट वाला इंटरप्रिटेशन है,
Yes, yes,
शेप,
yes.
साइज,
Yes, ma'am.
लाइंस, वो वाला. हाँ, the moment but I have a book right now. I can give the link. A book on expressive art therapy. Like जो आर्ट एक्टिविटी आप लोग करवा सकते हो, because there are certain individual who won't communicate. कुछ भी बोलेगा नहीं थेरेपी सेशन में. आर्ट मिल गया, आर्ट वाला बुक. वो आर्ट वाला जो होगा, इट्स प्रिटी डिफिकल्ट, नॉट डिफिकल्ट, बट इट्स समथिंग विच यू ऑल कैन लर्न. बिकॉज सी आई वुड से कोई भी थेरेपी करो या ना करो, लर्न फ्यू थेरेपीज, hypnotherapy, NLP, graphology. Because see, graphology, people think that it don't work. I am not a graphologist. Sachi is a graphologist. Sachi is a face reader also. She has received so many things about that individual, the personality, hypnotherapy, and expressive art therapy. ये काम, and if you want to work as a corporate trainer, mark my words, I'm working as a corporate trainer since 2016. कोई therapy इन लोग को नहीं चाहिए. They want activity based. Definitely, if you want to conduct a workshop on your own, आप कुछ भी करवा सकते हो. But when they are calling you, they are like, मैम आप आज कौन से एक्टिविटी करवाओगे? सीपीटी पे तो एक्टिविटी नहीं होगा. तो आर्ट थेरेपी जब आप एक्सप्लोर करेंगे ना, तो इट्स ह्यूज. So in the beginning of my career, I did expressive art therapy. But right now I saw people are doing it for 1,75,000. Yes, if you can afford 75,000 from UNESCO, that is certified one or registration one, you can do it. But please make sure you are receiving the registration number, because there are hell amount of institute who are saying, who are charging also, but after completion of the course, they are not giving the registration number. So while doing expressive art therapy, if you think you can afford 75,000 only for 10 days online, I don't feel a justification that only for the sake of registration number. I did a more in lesser than that, more like how many? It's only for 15,000 I did it. Yeah. So instead of investing in 75,000, just people are running because they are receiving the registration number. Registration matter nahi karega. How well you are exploring, how well you are explaining, you can. So few courses can be done. Hypnotherapy, you can be a licensed hypnotherapist. Hypnotherapy, you can do it from anywhere. Make sure you have that certificate number. That is the registration number. From California Hypnotherapy Institute, I did it from there itself. That too in the year 2008 or 9, I forgot. They do give the registration number. A small license, like a driving license, would be coming. I did not go to California. It was their sub part which were there for offline. But please make sure that don't do hypnotherapy anytime. Don't do hypnotherapy and NLP course in the mode of online. If you want to explore, visit that. Go for offline modalities.
Ma'am, you did
Because
hypnotherapy offline.
offline.
So, ma'am, was there any branch here? Like,
Aditi Vyas, like I did it from Dr. Aditi Vyas. She stays in Gujarat, but she comes to Kolkata. Now, if you all can form a group, honestly, what I did it, the moment she came to Kolkata, I was not having the amount, financial problem I was having. I did not do it. But later on, I created a group of 25 friends, of 25 of all my friends, and we did it. I said her, come down to Kolkata, teach us. She did it. Same way NLP also. Dr. Abraham, she stays in Sri Lanka. I again formed a group of 17 people. He came down and he did it. So जो master है इनमें, you can. But again, both the two things, please don't do it online. I feel somewhere you don't learn something online. Hypnotherapy online में करके कोई मजा नहीं. अगर बोलोगे तो online I can give. Many of my teachers, or not my teachers, colleagues are doing. But Amounts are low, definitely, because online में only 3 days में hypnotherapy, it's not justified. It's not at all justified. I remember I did the hypnotherapy course for 3 months. Hypnotherapy course was for 3 months. Definitely. So if you want to do, see, other thing you can do it online. कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. But hypnotherapy and NLP, it's offline. Highly recommended. Because वो मजा नहीं आएगा फिर. And expressive art therapy, you can do it. But again, make sure that the recordings are given so that the instruction, if you are not able to write it down, the moment you are listening, you can pause it and you can write it down. Expressive art therapy. And yes, then alternative healings are there, drowsing, switch word, tarot. You can do it because in my area where I stay, no therapists are there, no healers are there. I am only the therapist, I am only the healer, and you can charge accordingly as per your experience and certifications. I have seen people taking up therapy session at 50 rupees for 1 long hour, which I feel is not at all justified. And if you compare to other therapists, it's much more because their quality matters. How many certificates you are having doesn't matter that much, but how well you are explaining your client, that matters a lot. And if you want to be a corporate psychologist, then definitely art therapy, expressive, not only art therapy, expressive is plus is wonder. Like I definitely next week only I have a full 5 days corporate training on art therapy. They did not say me it has to be art therapy. They called me for stress management, which would include art-based activity, all art-based activity. Because if I talk about that, do meditation, do pranayam, they are not going to listen. They are going to say, "Ma'am, मेरे को पता है." So art therapy is one thing where everyone would be involved. And not only art. Why I'm saying art? Expressive art, clay therapy, sand therapy, EMDR techniques, wonder. So do all these things, then therapy तो अपने आप ही आ जाएगा. Therapy कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. Therapy हो ही जाएगा. But all these things won't come. Because right now I was searching, not today, long 2-3 days back, I was searching what is most demanding in India. Corporate trainer, expressive art therapist, menstruation coaches. I was like, oh, I did all the things and I am in most demanding list. But not literally all the things, all the three things are in most demanding. If possible, have a LinkedIn professional account from where you can get the clients. Because I generated my clients from there itself. Initially. Not now, initially. Okay. So any other doubts? Yes, Kashish, you can make a group. You can. As I said, if you want the number of Aditi ma'am, I would definitely circulate. But yes, if depends on your location where you are staying. If she is doing in offline mode, in that location for that particular month, you can go because she have more than 10 plus, 20 plus student in one batch. But she Delhi, I need to figure it out if she is in Delhi or not right now because she keeps on traveling whole India for the sake of conducting trainings. Because hypnotherapy is very vast. Because practical में आपको hypnotize करवा देंगे. So you need to accept the fact. So I would definitely like ask her if she is doing in a batch in Delhi, or else you all can have a batch of 10, minimum 10. But I did it for more because so that the amount get distributed in a very low way, and then you can because she don't teach in a batch of 1, 2, 3, or even 5 or 6. She's very particular about this. But I'll keep in mind. I'll ask her. I'll text her. But please be sure that there are certain organizations who are fooling. I know what exactly is happening, but don't do it because it's not worth. Only money would be going, Aditi ma'am. Only money would be going. If you want to invest in a genuine organization, in a genuine course.
Ma'am, do you know anyone like who's practicing or like giving training about hypnotherapy in Delhi NCR?
See, I know many people, okay, but the thing is that learn from an authentic individual. If you go and Google about Dr. Aditi Vyas, just Kashish, who Anjali you said, right?
Yes,
Like,
ma'am.
say me a hi in WhatsApp. I am providing you the number of Aditi ma'am. Uh, get in touch with her. I am not getting whether she conducts many things. Hypnotherapy, regression therapy, past life regression therapy. Uh, so she is an wonder. She is just a magical mentor for, at least for me. So yes, you can do it. But definitely for Delhi, let me figure out if anyone is conducting offline mode, or if I'm not sure. Oh no, Sachi is from Bombay. No, Sachi is from Bombay. Don't worry, I'll keep in mind. Just the thing, whoever needs whatever thing, ping me, because afterwards I would forget, but I would definitely revert you back once I get that correct information and authentic information. Because there are so many groups and I keep on seeing so many things. Baap ke baap. So don't worry, I'm going to give you.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
Welcome. Yes, any other query? So, okay, so tomorrow I am going to start with the practical. Now, practical matlab the types of activities you can include. Baba, look. Okay, the types of activity which you all can include and what are to be there for the next 2 days. This would happen on Tuesday. You all are going to receive your assignments, and by Friday 12, max by Friday 12, you have to mail the assignments, and then after checking at the assignment, me and Sachi would be delivering the certificates. And yes, for placement, get in touch with Sachi or Rishabh after the courses. And the recordings links are there in all the groups description. Go through, everything has been uploaded from my site. No more material. No more material, I won't say. Two more materials I would be giving. One is for types of wound and forgiveness therapy, because you need to make the client forgive the parents. So forgiveness therapy wala PPT I would be sharing. Just that little additions are there about the logos and everything. By tomorrow morning, forgiveness ka PPT bhi upload ho jayega. Everything from my side has been given. Now it's your turn. Go through the recordings. Day 1, day 2 has been generated. It is there. Today ka tomorrow ho jayega by 11 or 12 max. And ask me any question, feel free to ask me. You don't have any question. Rashi is like, I don't have any question. Okay. Okay. So yes. And someone, I don't know who said that to give me the king affirmative wala thing. I think I have given. I did not give you Rashi. आज ही किसको दिया मैंने? तन्वी को.